We're here in Monterey Park, California, just outside the scene of that deadly Lunar New Year dance studio shooting, where 11 people died, the worst shooting in LA County history. And yet tonight, as we come on the air, news of another mass shooting in Northern California. 7 people are dead at a mushroom farm and a trucking firm in Half Moon Bay. Some are described as Asian farm workers. Tonight, a suspect of Asian descent is in custody just 2 days after the shooting here in Monterey Park. In Southern California, this community is still mourning, struggling to find answers. A Lunar New Year celebration in Monterey Park turned into horror and heartbreak.
You have 10 unresponsive inside, and you have 2 that are still in critical condition and breathing. Total of 12.
When the gunman opened fire inside a ballroom dance studio Saturday night, 57-year-old Shally was dancing the jive.
The way he do, and then I tell my partner, don't say anything. Just lay down, lay down, lay down.
Her dance partner of 15 years hiding under a table with her.
After that, all my hand is blood. I was like, am I got shot? Am I got shot? I was thinking, I was yelling too loud. Am I got shot?
Shally's story just one in a horrible chorus as the gunman left 11 people dead and at least 9 others injured. The suspect, 72-year-old Hu Can Tran, prevented from attacking a second dance studio by a quick-thinking young hero.
You're about where he was, and at this moment, I pointed a gun at him and told him, get away.
Leading police on a manhunt, then taking his own life, leaving investigators and families in this community asking why.
So what do you love about dance?
The reason I love about the dancing, because it looks like exercise. Instead, I don't need to go to the gym.
In Los Angeles County, in between the steps of the tango, the cha-cha, and the jitterbug, Shally found a beautiful, vibrant community. She's done elder care, dealt cards in a casino. Now, she and her husband work 12 hours a day, 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. at this donut shop in Arcadia. Dance, a precious escape.
So you work hard, long hours.
Long hour.
And you work many days a week.
We work 7 days a week.
And so tell me, when you went to the party that night, it was a special Lunar New Year party.
Yes.
What was it like inside?
Inside, it's like they create everything like balloon, everything.
About how many people?
At that time, it's 50 only. 50 because it's a very less. Because it's a Chinese New Year, look like Thanksgiving Day. People like to sit at home eating dinner.
When the chaos began, she couldn't believe what was actually happening.
I thought it's when I hear the boom, 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 it's you know the Chinese like to
Fireworks.
Firework. But the firework like boom, and then it goes sound, right? After that, bing, bing, boom, 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 boom. It's not right. Find out it's not right. Later on, a lot of people like keep running and then boom, boom, boom.
Shally's adopted hometown, Monterey Park, widely known as one of the country's first suburban Chinatowns, a community that's been built up over generations through people sharing culture and raising families.
I've lived here for 37 years, and I know this to be an incredible community, a community that embraces its diversity and has the best Chinese food in the world.
Monterey Park is actually a very safe city. I've been living here for over a dozen years now, and there's a lot of older people. They walk down the street, go to the market, a big Chinese population, and it's a very safe city. I have no qualms about raising my kids out here.
65% of residents here are Asian American, predominantly Chinese American. And Saturday night was supposed to be a triumphant return to normalcy, the first in-person Lunar New Year celebration since the beginning of the pandemic, the start of the Year of the Rabbit.
In the daytime yesterday, all the way until 9 p.m., the Lunar New Year Festival was happening. It was supposed to be a 2-day festival, yesterday and today. There were kids on the street, families, balloons, carnival rides, booths, vendors. It was very festive.
A few hours before the shooting, we were all over there. We were actually at the opening ceremony of the Lunar New Year Festival. And it was a time of such energy and enthusiasm and just this feeling of looking forward to the year and getting out of COVID.
As the day's festivities were winding down, there was a party inside nearby Star Ballroom Dance Studio, a Monterey Park staple that's been open for 32 years. Mei Nan was in the parking lot when the shooter opened fire as she was leaving the event, making her the first victim. Fonda Kwan is Mei's niece.
So the shooter came up to the driver's side window and shot in?
Yes. The shooter came from the driver's side window, shot in, and he wasn't wearing any face covering or anything.
Shally was on the dance floor with her longtime dance partner.
Hold him go. Sit down. Hide under the table. And he and me under the table. We like rub together, you understand?
He was in your arms?
Yeah, together like this.
Yeah.
And then I see on the table, because the guy was shooting, and then suddenly he stopped, and then maybe no more. He go outside a little bit, come back.
Her dancing partner was shot in the back in the midst of the pandemonium. Shally says he lay dying in her arms.
That time I wake up a little bit. I wake up my partner. Wake up, wake up. He don't respond at all. And after that, he don't respond at all. And after that, I'm stand up. All my hand is blood. I was like, am I got shot? Am I got shot? I was thinking, I was yelling too loud. Am I got shot?
Was I shot? Your hands had blood?
Blood. I think the blood is from him. Just in my heart, I was thinking, I see him all the time. I cannot see him tomorrow. You was thinking, you see this person just yesterday, and then from now on, you don't see him no more.
When police arrived minutes later, the shooter had already fled.
Got one more critical, one more immediate inside the business. So far, you got 5 outside. They're being triaged and treated now. Inside, 10 DOA, 2 crits.
When EMS aided victims in Monterey Park, authorities say the gunman was at a second dance studio in the neighboring town of Alhambra. That's when 26-year-old Brandon Say jumped into action, wrestling the gun away from Tran. These photos, taken from a security camera at Lele, show the fight.
When officers exited their patrol vehicle to contact the occupant, they heard one gunshot coming from within the van.
Police then searched his home and found a stockpile of ammunition and homemade silencers. Authorities still looking into the suspect's motives, working to identify the victims and notify next of kin. Among the 11 dead, 65-year-old Mei Nan, 63-year-old Lilan Li, 57-year-old Shoujuan Yu, and 68-year-old Valentino Alvaro.
Recently really into salsa.
Fonda Kwan says her aunt Mei practically raised her.
She's like a second mother to me.
This is brutal. What do you think of when you think of your aunt? You said she's a caregiver by nature.
Yeah, she's just a caregiver by nature, and she turned that into a profession as well on the side. And she was just really caring for everyone and anyone. And when I think of her, I hope a takeaway for everyone is just be kind to people, care for people. You don't know what their backstory is. Sometimes a smile, sometimes kind words can make their day, and that's how she lived her life.
Fonda's last moment with her beloved aunt, watching Mei play with her toddler son.
It just reinforces that she's a really caring person, and she sees me like her own child. She has no children. She sees me as her own, and my child as her grandchild, pretty much. It's really special for someone like that to just be so selfless.
Fonda saying her aunt was charming and sassy and never missed a Saturday dance.
She loves us so much that she goes every weekend, probably for the last 15 to 20 years now. Every Saturday is her day. She is going to dance, and everything that she has to do, any family thing that needs to be scheduled, she tries to, go to both.
For the Lunar New Year, the family had set up an altar, a way to honor and pray to their ancestors.
Now that your aunt has joined your ancestors, what prayer would you give her right now?
keep on dancing. Just keep on dancing.
When this special edition of Nightline returns,
At that time, the first thought was I was gonna die.
the fight to prevent further bloodshed. Meet the young man who confronted a killer.
And something came over me. I had this realization that I needed to grab his weapon. I needed to take control of the situation, or else everybody would die, including me.
How police say his actions saved lives. When Nightline continues.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.